In 10 years? Will I still matter in my job? Most people avoid this question. But if you're a busy parent, a professional constantly juggling deadlines, or someone who feels time slipping through your fingers, you've probably felt that quiet fear. Now, here's the truth we rarely say out loud. Working hard is no longer enough. Being good is no longer enough. Because the world is changing faster than any of us can catch up. But there is a way to stay ahead. And it comes from a Japanese idea proposed by educator Kazuhiro Fujiwara. It's simple, it's practical, and it can change your life. He calls it Hope Step Jump. Or in other words, become one in a million. Not by being a genius, not by being born talented, but by stacking 3 unique values, each rare on its own. 100 times 100 times 100 equals 1 million. 1 in a million. Today, I want to show you how this idea can free you from career anxiety, and help you design a life no one can take away from you. Let me tell you something that sounds harsh but is incredibly freeing. Jobs disappear, skills expire, but your uniqueness, your rare combination, is future-proof. This mindset is deeply connected to Japanese culture. Japan has a tradition called shokunin spirit, the artisan who dedicates years to mastering one craft. But today, mastery alone isn't enough. Modern life needs a new type of artisan, a shokunin of uniqueness. Someone who blends multiple strengths, like mixing colors on a palette, to create a shade no one else can copy. If you ever feel like you're running but not moving forward, or like everyone else is leveling up faster than you, there's a reason. You're trying to win a game where everyone plays the same role. Fujiwara says, don't compete in one field. Combine 3 fields and make the competition irrelevant. This is the Japanese concept of ma, the space between things. In work, the value isn't always in a single skill. It's in the combination where no one else is playing. Step 1. Discover your 1 in 100 value. Ask yourself, what's one thing I can do slightly better than most people around me? It doesn't have to be extraordinary, just uncommon. Step 2. Add a second, 1 in 100 skill. This is where Japanese culture shines. In Japan, hobbies often grow into skills: woodworking, cooking, language learning, storytelling. Anything can become part of your uniqueness. Step 3. Add a third value that gives you leverage. This could be the ability to teach, the ability to communicate, the ability to organize, the ability to simplify complex ideas, the ability to handle people kindly. Now you have a stack. Not 1 skill times effort, but 3 skills times synergy. And suddenly, 100 times 100 times 100 equals 1 million. You've become a 1 in a million talent, not by being the best in the world, but by being the only one with your combination. Here's a simple template you can steal. Skill 1. Something you're already good at. Skill 2. Something you enjoy doing. Skill 3. Something useful that few people want to learn. Combine those 3, and you gain a rare identity, a rare perspective, a rare value. That's what companies hire. That's what clients remember. That's what algorithms recommend. And that's what gives you control over your future. There's a phrase Japanese people often say, Keizoku wa chikara nari, consistency becomes power. Not talent, not luck. Consistency. If you can consistently add small upgrades to your 3 strengths, your value doesn't grow linearly. It grows exponentially. This is why Japan is full of experts who look ordinary, but become extraordinary over time. And you can do the same. But you might be thinking, does this really work in real life? Has anyone actually stacked 3 strengths and become 1 in a million? Yes, And the very person who proposed this idea, Kazuhiro Fujiwara, lived it himself. For his first 1 in 100 skill, he spent about 10 years working as a top sales professional at Recruit, learning how to understand people, build trust, and create results. Then he added his second 1 in 100 skill, management. Again, nearly 10 years. Leading teams, developing people, and shaping organizations from the inside. And then he made a move almost no one expected. He left the private sector, and entered the world of public education. He became the principal of a high school, and began transforming education through leadership and innovation. Sales management education. Each skill alone is valuable, but together, they formed a rare combination almost impossible to copy. That's why Fujiwara became a 1 in a million professional, not because he was the most talented, but because he designed a path no one else was walking. Just like a rare Pokemon card, his value came from a unique evolution that only he experienced. And what he proved is powerful. Uniqueness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one skill at a time. Let me leave you with the same question I opened with. Will your job still need you in 10 years? If the answer scares you, that's good. Fear is not a warning, it's a signal. A signal that you're ready to build something rarer, something stronger, something that belongs only to you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be talented. You just need 3 things. 1 skill people value. 1 skill you love. 1 skill that gives you leverage. Stack them, protect them, sharpen them, and you will become 1 in a million. And before we wrap up, if you felt even a small spark of motivation today, I want to tell you something. You don't have to walk this journey alone. This channel is dedicated to people who are trying to grow, people who want to become just a little better than yesterday, even while balancing work, family, pressure, and real-life struggles. Every week, we explore Japanese books, ideas, and philosophies, not just to summarize them, but to extract practical wisdom we can actually use in our daily lives. How to live, how to work, how to stay motivated, and how to design a meaningful future. If that sounds like the kind of journey you want to take, I invite you to subscribe and join us. Not as followers, but as a community of learners, people who are building their 1 in a million path, step by step, together. Your next breakthrough might start with the very next video. So if you're ready, let's keep growing, side by side.